Alright, hello my fellow Earthlings, and welcome to what hopefully is my first ever video with no echoing whenever I play the video. I am using a headset now, so we should be fine. And let's get right back into this video where we were talking about, I believe, second grade math and how far the Earth orbits the Sun. Let us continue.
Times this by 7.6 equals. That now means that since the radar was sent and the radar returned, the Earth had moved 8,444.44 miles.
Now, what Ranty doesn't completely understand is that when you're talking about planetary motion and orbits, especially one like Earth's, he literally divided however big the orbit was by 365, and then by 24, and then by 60. If you just dividing that doesn't show you how minuscule that number is, then there's something strange going on, because if you take a road trip for 2 hours and then you travel however long, 200 miles, whatever, probably not that much unless you're some kind of super fast car, but whatever. That's not the same on planetary scales and solar scales, whatever you want to say. But let's continue.
And you said it didn't move very much? Well, let's have a look at the radius of the Earth. The radius of the Earth is 6,371 kilometers. We do the calculation on that and we times 6,371 by 2, we get 12,742, which is the entire width of the Earth. Let's change from kilometers and move 12,742 and divide that into miles.
Alright, so we're
and we get 7,917.5 miles. What that effectively means.
Then we have every amateur artist's dream. I believe this is Microsoft Paint, which I know I'm using Screencastify, but come on. I mean, you have, what, 1,000 subs? I feel like, and you're an adult. I mean, come on. You should be able to afford some, like, maybe not even Photoshop, like something that isn't literally Microsoft Paint. But I know I use Screencastify, but under the circumstances that I am in, I don't think I can be necessarily blamed for that. If I went up to my parents and said, "Hey, can I get some money for Photoshop or a new computer?"
Is that like, from there to there, the Earth is 7,915.5 miles. That is how wide the Earth is. Let's put this 7,915.5 mile wide Earth into a background representative of space. So here we have the Earth.
Yes, just a complete black background is,
when it sent its
pretty
signal,
representative.
It was in this location in space. However, 7.6 minutes later, when the signal returned, the Earth had moved location, and on its orbit, it had moved to the tune of
also radio waves. They're quite large. I believe 62 miles at most. I believe. So not only do you have scientists who are trained to do this and have very precise ways of measuring exactly how this will work, you've also got these big waves and not one tiny little precise area where
8,444 miles.
This radio wave will hit.
Effectively, this would place the Earth in this location.
Well, technically, I believe the Earth would be clipping into the other Earth.
Which means that the radar will be trying to return a signal to the Earth, which was no longer in the space that it sent it from. You complete
a radar
moron.
operated by trained
So let's just hear that
professional
again.
Scientists.
7 minutes isn't a lot of time when we're talking about distances of the Earth's orbit.
Well, 7 minutes is not really a long time when we're talking about movement along an orbit, especially one as big as ours. So there you have it. A load of word salad. Brilliant. Bye, Ranty.
Exactly.
Well, I am sorry, Simon Dan. In this case, you are completely wrong. In fact, you are so wrong, it is almost...
Now, we have the flat earther trying to tell us that we are wrong, the globe earthers who have all the evidence wrong, when they aren't presenting any of their own evidence. And he just says we're wrong, with no other... I mean, I know I've talked about in my last video that you don't need to provide evidence for each and every little thing in your video, but this is something, if you're trying to prove him wrong, you probably need to show evidence that isn't, you know,
maybe you should change your name to No Simon Dan, because it seems that everything that we have asked for and everything we have seen in this video is absolute proof that you don't know science. You have no scientific proof of anything. We asked you for science. We don't get science. We get sticks in the ground, pieces of glass. Dude, you're killing me here. We asked you for your science. You have provided no science, no hypothesis, nothing to validate your claims. And we haven't even got to the point of, can you actually prove the speed in which radar is supposedly traveling through a supposed vacuum of space? We put your feet to the fire and we ask you for your science. You have the whole body of science behind you, and yet you cannot come up with a solid answer. It's like all our housekeeping questions. You cannot answer them. You have no scientific proof of any of this, and it's pathetic. You, Simon Dan, are pathetic. You cannot science. Oh, and one last thing, Simon Dan. Stop trying to mimic Conspiracy Cats, because he does it far better than you. Far better than you.
Here we go with the insults again, but I'm running out of time for this video. Goodbye.